It's time to go beyond the headlines, cause I don't put in overtime just so I can headline. Okay, now it's Fox Sports, I'm live with Renee. Going hard every day, sports rapping every play. Different segments for your favorites, coming at you daily with positive vibes, yeah, we some game changers. Basketball, football, soccer, with different interviews, you never know who may pop up. Listen, only on Beyond the Headlines, this is Beyond the Headlines. Only on Beyond the Headlines, this is Beyond the Headlines. Only on Beyond the Headlines, this is Beyond the Headlines with Renee Washington.
It's time for our Positive Vibes Only segment, and this week joining us, we've got Issac Ike Morgan, radio producer, businessman, entrepreneur, man of many hats, and recently with his newest business venture, Everything Social. Ike, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on.
So, can you tell us a little bit about Everything Social? Hashtag Everything Social.
I'm glad you added the hashtag in there because
I got you.
Obviously for branding purposes, and I'll get right into it. Everything Social birthed out of the need for consumers to connect with different brands via social media, and a lot of social media users that started their own businesses wanting to really tap into that audience, versus the paid advertisements and stuff like that, the Google AdWords and stuff like that. Social media provided a lot of opportunities for you to kind of connect directly with your target public. And I actually used to work for a digital marketing agency, which we used to control the content and also post on different pages of like your favorite celebrities and just different high-profile figures in entertainment. So I got to learn a lot about the algorithms, especially for Instagram, how Facebook worked, even though it's changing constantly. So, a lot of folks wanted to tap into their audience, like I said, and using hashtag research, you can connect, directly with your target public, and which in turn increases sales or, increases awareness of whatever product or service you're promoting. So that's how it all began in a nutshell.
That makes complete sense, because I have seen more and more, even when I was working more in news and definitely now working in sports, like when you're searching for information or news or trending topics, it's always hashtags. You look for the trending hashtag on whether it's NFL Sunday or just in general, whatever the day, since there's like a national day of the week for everything. You look for whatever that trending hashtag is, and it kind of can help you find what you're looking for. So you actually have trademarked the whole term hashtag Everything Social. Exactly. So what's really like your target audience? It seems like you're kind of helping a lot of different aspects. What's your target audience?
So I started off mainly, my clients came from entertainment. Had a lot of artists, producers, managers. I also worked alongside play of hip-hop group Kid and Play. So, that opportunity alone, kind of helped me get my feet wet in entertainment, I'd say, and help with social media marketing for a lot of artists, since that's their primary, route of promotion, if you will. But now I work with a lot of small business owners. I work with a guy who owns a gym in Tampa, to anywhere from, like, when I say small business owners, like from people in the hair business, to folks selling natural products. So, I'm very diverse when it comes to my clientele,
That makes sense. So, what really made you go from working in entertainment and media? You've worked in marketing, media, you're a publicist, you're a journalist, to now also having your own business venture where you are solely working to help build your clients, media relations and how their audience really views them and follows them.
So, I know too many small business owners and, independent artists that really don't have the big budget to really hire these public relations firms. Because as you know, PR firms handle a bulk of that,
Yeah.
But not everyone has that budget, especially entrepreneurs.
That makes complete sense. It's very expensive
Right.
to have somebody come in and kind of even things from your website, your email marketing, your social media, and social media in itself is a job. It's growing, and it's also a tool that really helps tremendously to promote your brand, your image, really connect with an audience. So that makes complete sense because it is something that we're seeing grow even more. With each year, as you talk about Facebook changing, Instagram's changing. You have IGTV, Instagram Story, you have Instagram Live, you have Facebook Live, you have all these,
Right.
watch parties and things like that. Like the way that we get our information is constantly evolving. Where
Right.
we're now glued to our phones and everything is digital that we're getting. Everything's social.
Yeah, exactly. So you see why I chose that name, because everything is social. Even from, even the way you're getting your news. People are relying now on social media news, which I still feel some type of way about that because we have a lot of fake news sites and we just don't have a lot of credible news outlets going viral, on social media. So, hopefully they change that up where they're able to take down like fake news. Because that's the only issue I have with social media, that they're allowing too many outlets that aren't credible to really spread rumors and just garbage, just to be honest.
Yeah, it definitely waters down the way that we kind of get social media, or the way we interact with social media when you see stories being put out that just are completely not true and made up, or old stories that randomly resurface. I know even with the Popeyes chicken, I'm going to do a quick digression here. The Popeyes chicken, Chick-fil-A feud going on, I actually stumbled onto a video of people fighting in Popeyes, and it had been reposted as something new. Come to find out, it was from like 2 years ago. I had no idea because,
wow.
I don't research and vet everything I see, but I was like, oh, wow, They're fighting because Popeyes is that a chicken. But come to find out, It was fake news. So, yes, the fake news is very annoying. But what I love is that you're young, you're a businessman and entrepreneur, you're building your own name for yourself, and by helping build others' brand, you're creating your own brand of who Ike Morgan is. Can you talk us through that process of really really creating your own of everything, of who you are as a professional?
Well, first off, I appreciate you calling me young, but I'm 32 years old, so I'm seasoned. That's what I like to say. I'm seasoned. I have some gray hairs in my locks, but that's the lovely
we all have
thing.
Gray hair here and there.
Oh, we do. Okay. Okay.
I don't, but I've heard. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right. Good. So that's the lovely thing about helping other brands. In turn, you get to kind of build awareness about your brand, about your company, and I've really coined the whole hashtag Ike Morgan. So if I'm putting out my work, my clients' work, I always include that hashtag. So anyone searching on Instagram, Ike Morgan, they'll my stuff will show up, and then I always try to put my logo on appropriate photos and stuff like that. But it was kind of tough because I'm not coming from a public relations background. I'm not so used to being the one in the spotlight, so I'm more like behind the scenes, and I enjoy that role more. But I noticed, in order to get business, I had to really put myself in the forefront more and put my services out there. And I kind of had to follow the trend with Instagram and post pictures of yourself and these professional images and stuff. And that kind of content does very well, as you know. I've seen your page before too. So just as long as you're putting your logo on your photos, and like I said, give credit to the photographer, of course, but people want to see you. It's not just about promoting your brand. It's social media. That's the reason why they call it social media. It's social first. So
that's true. That's true. That connection piece.
Exactly. It's still been a struggle, really, like promoting myself, since I'm so used to daily promotion of others. So maybe I'll hire somebody one day for that.
hire someone to do your social. Wouldn't that be something?
Exactly.
Now, for anybody that's listening that's interested in getting their own business started, and what I love about all of this is the fact that a lot of things you're touching on is the social media, digital side of things that has allowed you to grow your business, and that's what makes, for as much of it's a double-edged sword with social media, because we all know that we're all addicted to scrolling through. You look up, you've been on your phone for like 2 hours scrolling through your timeline or on someone's page or something. We're all guilty of it. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is go check out, something on Instagram or Twitter. So it allows you to build your own business because of that. So for someone that's listening, what's kind of really the steps that you went through, over the course of having a concept to making it a reality?
Well, first, I feel like you can't start any kind of business without identifying your target audience. So you must really do research if you don't know the common traits or characteristics or whatever attached to your target public. You must really do a lot of research, and you can do that, just by searching on Google, in addition to, of course, following the folks that you admire. And, just seeing what those users like, what type of content they post, what type of hashtags they're using, what kind of language, because your message, your strategic message has to resonate, first off, with your target public. So I would say really know who you're trying to attract.
That's a good point. Don't just go into it, with such a small scope that you're only focused on what you're putting out, that you're not focusing on how people are, seeing it, feeling it, taking in that information, what they're getting from it. Very nice. So what's next for Everything Social and for you specifically?
So the thing I love about Everything Social, it's very broad. Like I said, I have a background in public relations, so what I've started to do was I have a team of, freelance PR practitioners or publicists, if you will, and we help a lot of artists, a lot of small business owners, take advantage of earned media. And as you know, since you're a journalist yourself, earned media is better than paying a media outlet to advertise on their website. Earned media is about telling a story, having a newsworthy press release to send to those targeted media outlets. And also what we do is we take advantage of Google News syndicated outlets. And a lot of people ask, why are those important? And I would say because, if I get you in a Google News outlet, we can Google Renee Washington right now, and we hit the news option, and now we see you in the news, and it just makes you more credible. And then you can also promote whatever through your articles, because a lot of people they'll include links to their website or whatever product they're selling. So we try to tell a story through media, and connect our clients with those journalists who need good stories.
Wow. Okay. Now, first of all, let me backtrack and say I'm so guilty of this because I have my computer nearby, so I did just Google myself on news, and not a thing came up. Not one article I've done, not one video, nothing, not one TV, nothing. So that's something.
Well, you have an excuse. You're a journalist. So
I mean, I would expect an article or something to come up. Dang. But no, that's something that, as you mentioned, like, not many people know that. I did not know that. I know I've Googled myself, and I do come up, especially with soccer and with reporting, but not at all with news. Okay. So these are all things that you can now take, the next step to help grow. And I love the fact that you aren't just tied down to one specific, aspect. It's not just entertainment or just sports or just news. It's musicians. It's all different types of people, because everyone, especially with a business or with a brand, is looking to grow it. So yes. You mentioned you can hashtag Ike Morgan on Instagram, but where else can we follow you on social media?
So I'm very active on Facebook as well, and I go by my nickname Ike Morgan, so IKE Morgan. Pretty soon we'll be launching a morning show actually on an FM station in California, and I'll have those details to Renee, so all the listeners can get a chance to tune in, and maybe we'll get to interview Renee on our show too. But for now, Instagram and Facebook is the best, and my email as well. Issac, spelled ISSAC, the number 1.Morgan @gmail.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so very much for joining us on Beyond the Headlines with Renee Washington this week for our Positive Vibes Only segment. I hope someone learned something. I know I did. Like, I got to get myself on news, and in a good way. But I really appreciate having you here.
I appreciate your time, and it's great connecting with you.